one?
The other, yeah, I think that's the other cut.
Yeah, what, 4 minutes longer?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
4 minutes?
Yep. That's the extended cut. All right.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
4 whole minutes.
Oh, yeah. What the? Something's wrong.
How to trim a horror geek in 2 seconds.
Something. I have a feeling like I got the wrong attire for today.
Yeah.
Now I got it right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am joined once again by my good buddies John, Rob, dude, and Mark. What's going on? How y'all been?
Good. I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Excited? I mean, whenever it's this movie, I'm always excited. So there you go. So today we are going to watch Halloween Kills. We're almost there, people. The last step before the end of the storyline. So I guess before we get started, though, I guess what our anticipation was for this when it was coming out and what we thought of it. So, what'd you think of it, Rob? What was your anticipation level for it as it was coming out?
I mean, I was really, I will admit, I was kind of looking forward to it because I really did enjoy Halloween 2018. When I did see it, I was a bit disappointed, although I don't hate it. I think it's all right. So, I mean, I think it does have some good moments in it, but I mean, I do agree, there are also a lot of stupid moments in it too. And we can talk about it when we get to this point. So, but I mean, yeah, I just remember it just being okay. So I don't hate it nearly as much as everybody else does, though.
Is this your first time seeing it since it came out last year?
Probably third time, actually, because I saw it. Because the funny thing is that I saw it in theaters, and then when I was doing my ranking for my Letterboxd account, no, that was before then. I'm sorry. Like I was binging on all the Halloween movies, and I decided to rewatch Halloween Kills on Peacock. So this will be my third time, technically.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah.
So how about you, Mark? What were you excited for this when it was coming out, or?
I mean, yeah, the original is my favorite horror movie, and I like 2018. And I was highly anticipating it, but I was a bit let down, So I gave it a better rating at the time than most others, but over time, I just kind of, as I've thought about it, I haven't seen it since, honestly, but over time, I just kind of, oh dear God, shut the fuck up! Goddamn notifications, Jesus Christ! Yeah. Shut the fuck up! Guys, shut.
Mark, you got a new notification. And a new one.
It's all fucking Facebook. I don't give a fuck if somebody commented on somebody else's post. I don't give a fuck. Jesus
That's why I turn the notifications on my Facebook off.
Seriously, that's what I got to do.
Great, George Carlin.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And my all-time favorite comedian too, Carlin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
George
I
Carlin's
fucking
awesome.
love.
George Carlin was a fucking classic. He was way ahead of his time. I don't know. He
Yep.
was right in line with his time. Exactly. What he needed.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. As
Uh,
far as sorry, go.
oh, I'm sorry. No, I haven't seen it since. So
Yeah, not since last year.
yeah.
Yeah, it's with Halloween Kills for me. It's interesting because like you, the original is my favorite horror film of all time.
Yeah.
And given the very rocky road Rocky Road, it's my dad's favorite ice cream. But given the very rocky road this franchise has been on, all the different timelines, the shitty sequels, and all that, them never knowing when to just let it end.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hope with 2018. It was my most anticipated movie that year. I loved it. And I thought they could end it there. Like that, I thought they finally redeemed the franchise for all the bullshit that came before. So when I heard they were making two more, I was like, don't fucking do it. You're going to ruin it again.
Yeah.
But then I started hearing more things about it that the other actors were coming back. They're bringing back the other characters. And then I started to hear more about what the plot was going to be. I'm like, okay, I think I see what you're going for. So I was getting more excited for it. Then the delay happened. It was a wait and a half for that movie.
Yeah,
Jesus
here.
Christ. Holy, like were y'all pissed when it got delayed that whole year?
I mean, I just came to accept the fact that every movie was going to be delayed. So I guess it's when Halloween Kills when I heard Halloween Kills was being delayed, I just got kind of numb to the idea because I was like, okay, there's no more new movies coming out the rest of the year. I just come to accept that.
So when it finally came out, I thought that it was not only the first time that a sequel was able to break the curse of a bad sequel following a good one. I also feel like that it was actually able to justify its existence, like why this was actually a necessary piece to the story because Michael gets away again, the firefighters let him out, and I'm like, all right, that's an acceptable, believable way that Michael would escape a situation, like all the other times. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really chop his head off. Get the fuck out of here. So maybe we'll get more into it, but overall, I do feel that it was able to justify its existence. That it, again was a necessary piece to this story. So we got it all synced up. We got
Okay, hang on. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Mine.
all right. We got the. We would watch the extended cut, but it has that alternate ending that they're changing because of Halloween Ends. That's why we're going with the theatrical version. Otherwise I would watch the extended cut. There's actually some cool things they added.
Awesome.
So we are ready?
Yep.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, and play. And here
We go.
there won't be any fireworks.
Oh, HBO Max ad.
Yeah. I just skipped it, and now I'm there. It's starting.
Okay.
Universal.
Nope. Hold on. Wait. Okay, here we go. I'm at the Blumhouse intro.
Oh, you're already there? Jesus, I'm still at the Universal thing.
Yep.
Okay, I'll just pause. Tell me when you're at the Blumhouse logo.
Yeah, we're all around the same thing, I think. But something that I really like about the openings of these, it's just the logos and all that, but the music is able to give it a sense of atmosphere that I honestly haven't felt since Halloween 4.
Miramax.
Yeah. Like,
And you were way ahead of me. Jesus.
That's
like
why I'm
what-
that's why I'm pausing and I'm waiting for you.
Now I'm coming up on Bloomhouse, right?
like, what do y'all think? Like, compared to the opening of Halloween 4 with the music and the atmosphere and all that, do you feel
Okay,
that the
now
openings
Bloomhouse.
are,
Yeah.
do you feel like
Ready?
the openings in this new trilogy
Yeah.
match that?
Oh, hang on. Wait.
2 minutes, 1 minute,
Okay.
14 seconds.
You what?
1
I'm
minute,
at-
15 seconds.
1 minute and 16 seconds for me.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, ready?
All right. Yes.
Well, close enough. Close enough. We'll just
Yeah.
just play.
I got
Just
there.
play.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead and play. This is the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I skipped the HBO Max ad, and I was like, okay, I guess I got to fast forward through that then to catch up.
So right away, it's like with Cameron and all that. Were you mad? Were you guys mad that Cameron was had a bigger part in this movie, considering what he did the last time?
I mean, no, I didn't even think much about him.
I mean, yeah, I didn't either. It's because I know that because I know what he did in the last movie. It was
Yeah,
kind of a dick.
I give him a pass for. I mean, I feel like they redeemed him here
Yeah.
because I felt really bad when he died.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't. I was like, yeah, you kind of piece of shit.
Damn.
Yep.
I felt worse for his friend
Oh, Oscar.
because
Oh yeah.
even though, like,
You can
you
hear
hit
it.
on her, she's like, hey, Jack, give me the water.
Sorry.
That's all right. And then we have Hawkins, still alive. I loved his character in 2018. I thought it would have been wasted potential if he actually died that way. So is that something you guys were happy about too?
What's that? I love him.
Hawkins was still alive.
I'm glad Hawkins is still alive.
A
Yeah.
lot of people say it's unrealistic. I mean, he just got jabbed in the neck a little bit and they ran his legs over. But I mean, like, yep, you could live through that, I think.
Yeah.
And now we come to
These are people who think you die right away.
And now we come to everybody's favorite part of the movie. Like really, almost every review and that I've seen and like everyone that I've heard talk about this movie saying that the flashback was the highlight.
Let me go and turn the.
I do love the flashback. That was nice.
I do too. Oh yeah, I do. I love this.
And this is what I really mean when I say that cinema is an art form in and of itself because is look at what they're able to do. It's a 2021 movie, but we got Austin on board. What up, buddy?
Hey, Austin.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Austin?
Yep. We started a bit late, but we're just a few minutes in, so should be able to sync up. But how you been, man?
I am doing all right. I'm actually kind of tired. Not feeling myself today, but I'm trucking along. But
Yep.
I just got some food, and I'm gonna hook my setup here so I can.
Yeah.
Run.
I know what you mean, Austin. It's been a long week for me, too.
Oh yeah.
It's been a long week.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so this is what I mean though when I always say that movies and cinema is an art form in and of itself because like I said, this is a 2021 movie, right? But they're able to give it this grain and put it over it and make this part it really looks like the original.
It looks like a scene that you would see in the original. So, and I really like that.
And just in general, do you guys like that this is something that they did that they did go back and show how he was arrested after walking away from the ending of the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it something that on paper you would probably think you'd be like, no, don't do that because it could take away any mystery. But I think they handled it really well. Not just with Michael, but then there's like the set, the design, and just the way everything looked with the Myers house. Holy shit.
I have to say, a guy occurs to me now. Oh, Lonnie. Lonnie getting bullied.
I did find it weird how
Poor Lonnie.
he was the bully in the original. Now all of a sudden he's like kind of a wimp.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm on board for it because maybe that's the reason why he's bully in the first place because maybe he's picked on himself. So I think that's what they're going for.
Well, see, that's the case. Why to hit a girl? O'Doyle rules.
I think we can hear it a bit, Mark.
Huh?
I think we can hear it a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit.
What?
Yeah, that the movie. Yeah, we can. I think we can hear a little bit.
For on who's in? Is it?
I think from Mark, but it's all right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I did set it down to like 8, I think, like 8 or 10.
Don't get murdered.
Don't get murdered, Bonnie. So how about you, Austin? Like, have you seen this movie at any point since after it came out, and you feel it's held up since?
I mean, I think my opinion's kind of just unchanged.
Yeah.
I just think it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the worst sequel in the series. Like, people who do say it is, like, need to go back and rewatch.
Oh God, no. 5.
It's not even. It's not. It's definitely not the worst. I would take this over 5, 6, Resurrection. I'll even take it over both Rob Zombie Halloween movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because say what you want about it, if you have any problems with like character and writing and all that, this is still competently done. It is done by people who actually care about the franchise.
Yeah, it's kind of like a middle part in the story where it's more like, I wouldn't say filler-ish, but it's more like continuing what was set up.
Hey guys, not to interrupt. I just love here that Lonnie was one of the ones bullying Tommy in the original. And here he is, show him on the other side of getting bullied by girls. Like, yeah, I mean, he just got such a fight by himself.
But you get what you fuck with the Mulaney's, which I guess apparently those Mulaney characters are going to be in the next one. I think that's a rumor.
Bulldoze the house.
You would think. I mean,
Or just, nuke the house.
Dude, they got down
but I mean, look, all they did, he's 6 years old, he killed his sister. And they put him in an asylum. I mean, they wouldn't.
Okay, but after he came back and killed multiple teenagers.
Okay, yeah, true. After that, yeah.
Like after that. Or even just with the house being abandoned for years and years and years. I mean.
She's got a point, Phyllis.
Yeah.
What was that?
My daughter said you would think they would bulldoze the house.
Yeah, that's
the point. They would think they would.
And if it's been uninhabited for like 15 years, it's like
exactly, yeah.
When you expect like it to look like it's not being used? No.
How about you drop a nuclear warhead on the house?
Yo, me and my cousin were actually kind of joking around about that. Halloween ends, like they could drop a nuclear. They could drop
homes.
Like they could drop a nuclear bomb on Michael, and he would just walk out of the smoke.
No, it won't. I'm pretty sure insurance don't cover nukes, son. No, there's no such thing as nuke insurance.
Nuke insurance.
There's no such thing as nuke insurance. Jack's over here like, just drop a nuke on it. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Jack, okay. Your enthusiasm for mass murder notwithstanding, it maybe be better just to use a bulldozer. Maybe it would be better not to use a sledgehammer where a scalpel is required.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna kill somebody, do it.
Agree to disagree.
Jack is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Another detail.
You see some footprints. Check it out.
Detail I noticed with Michael in the flashback is that because the rest of the movie it's all brutal, ultra violent, and all that. But it's another detail they kept from the original with how Michael was attacking people. Because if they had it be where it's all bloody right off the bat, even the flashback, that would have been inconsistent.
Yeah.
But Michael in the original never ran like that.
He didn't.
He would hide in the shadows and surprise somebody from behind.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was gonna say, didn't he lunge at Lori from behind when he cut her arm, and then the rest of that happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was standing in the shadows behind her, and you didn't remember his face emerged, and he like slashed at her,
Yeah.
from behind, and she just happened to He just got her arm.
And now there's. I guess this is kind of a big thing. Even if it's just like a small scene, it's just on screen for a few seconds. How do you feel they handled Loomis?
Huh? I don't know. I gotta wonder. It occurred to me just now a little while ago. It kind of seems discontinuous to me. Kind of a continuity problem that he just surrendered here, whereas with all the cops around him, whereas with all those people around him, he just fought his way out of it. Why didn't he try to fight his way out of it here with the cops?
Because the cops have guns.
I mean, he was shot 6 times and just walked away. I mean,
fun fact here with Loomis, like if y'all don't know how they did that, I think it was like their set designer or someone that was part of the crew that already looked a lot like Donald Pleasance. So then they got the idea to add all that extra makeup onto him.
Yeah.
And then so that's how they got Loomis in this, and it's in the behind the scenes.
They use like makeup and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better than
it's I was gonna say better than like hideous CGI de-aging.
Yeah, Tarkin.
Whatever.
I was looking at the Nika figures on. God, I love that. That is a great shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this opening credits bit here. I think this might be my new favorite one. Because I love what it symbolizes is that because all the pumpkins on fire, it symbolizes how eventually Haddonfield is going to descend into chaos, and they're all going to basically get themselves killed. So,
I will say, I will take up the movie in this. As annoying as Tommy Doyle was, it made sense to me that he would be annoying. Not Tommy, but God, not what am I trying to say?
Are you talking about the actor? Anthony Michael Hall?
Oh, yeah.
I actually really liked his performance in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, his character was stupid, but I will say that Anthony Michael Hall is a really good actor.
I mean,
I have a lot of defense.
It made sense to me, though. That did make sense to me, though, that he would be an annoying character, that he would be that kind of Nancy Grace type character who just goes way overboard with it,
It leaves you to wonder.
You'll get the better of him. It makes sense to me because he was a kid when that happened.
Yep.
Besides, he was annoying to me as a kid. So, I mean,
he was you thought he was annoying
in the original. He's annoying. I mean, he's an annoying little kid in the original.
You're talking about the Tommy as a kid.
Yeah,
not because I thought you were talking about Anthony Michael Hall. I was like, what?
No, Tommy as a kid. Tommy as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I will give it that. He won.
Man, look at this.
I love
it. How does a guy score a chick like that? She is fine looking.
Dude, you're way ahead of me then, because I have.
Yeah, you're way ahead of me because I'm right at the.
Yeah, I'm about 15 minutes in.
I'm about.
I'm at 14:47.
53.
Yeah, 51, 52, 53.
So I'm only a couple seconds ahead of you, Mark.
Yeah.
I do like this though with the other returning characters, having them come together every year and they just commemorate what happened. I like that. That's a good way to keep them all connected with each other and all that. And it's a good reason to why they would be here in Haddonfield, still. So
Yeah.
So. And this may shock you guys since he didn't have a lot of screen time in the movie, but I think the other best utilized legacy character in this movie was Brackett. The only real change it would have made with Brackett, though, is that he would be here at the bar with everyone else, too. I mean, yeah,
I don't know. He's an old man, and he probably not his scene. And besides, I don't know. I don't think he wants to think. I don't think he wants to be reminded of the death of his daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, his daughter died.
I mean, I do like that. That's a good way to keep Bracken involved. You know that he's a security guard at the hospital and all, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they didn't really lose anybody close to them.
Yeah.
Not really.
So aside from how Tommy's character is written, do you guys like Anthony Michael Hall's casting?
I think Anthony Michael Hall, he does do a good job for what he was at least given. I mean,
I like his screen presence. He feels like if you're not able to get the original actor back, I do think he feels right in the role. Again, I like his presence on screen.
oh yeah,
I feel like he commands the right amount of authority. You know, if he's
Yeah.
going to be the one charging the mob, you know, and bring it all together,
yeah,
you need someone with a tough looking exterior like Anthony Michael Hall.
oh yeah,
Because they said they tried to get Paul Rudd back for this movie. Because think about it, if Tommy Doyle's all gruff, you know, evil dies tonight, you know, charging the mob, bring them all together. Do you buy Paul Rudd with that kind of screen presence?
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't even think that would even make any sense bringing Paul Rudd because Halloween 6 is not even canon in this
Exactly.
reboot series.
It
It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It would be better maybe to bring back the original actor. You could try.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
wonder
even acting anymore though?
I have no idea. Look, I'm
Brian
not-
Andrews. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yep.
Is he still
Oh.
active?
Yeah. What's he doing?
I don't believe so. He had a few words to say about not being casted for Halloween Kills though.
Oh,
So, do you feel like Tommy was the only character that had kind of iffy writing, or do you feel like they kind of misused all the legacy characters?
Lindsay. That is the original Lindsay, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah, that is the original.
that is
yeah,
her.
yeah. Lindsay is the original actress.
She's
And,
still gorgeous too.
Oh yeah,
She's gorgeous too.
and then with Marion, they got the same actress back too. So
Oh,
that
of course,
was.
yeah. That's
Oh,
still
yeah.
same her. Yeah, same her.
I feel so
Her.
sorry for. I feel so sorry for Marion though.
I
Two-time.
love her in the original. I love her in the original though. She's
Yeah.
what do I give him? 2 cc's of Thor scene. Or
You'll barely be able to sit.
Be able to set up. That's the idea. I love her chemistry with
Donald
Donald Pleasance
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
scene. You know, just one little scene, but I mean, they just had that such great chemistry together.
So I guess this is kind of a thing to bring up. Considering Resurrection totally undid the ending of H2O, how do you feel about this situation? That it's the firefighters going in there and that's how Michael gets out again and he's how do you feel about that? Do you believe it or do you feel like it's just as frustrating as Resurrection? Or
My only question is who called the fire department?
Yeah, who did?
Who damn sure did. I mean,
so do you
Maybe
feel like
I'm guessing some neighbors. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
So do you feel like it's the
isolated
same thing?
area, though. I mean,
So do you feel like it's the same thing as Resurrection? Like you feel like it undoes 2018?
What Resurrection undoes 2018?
No. I mean, because with what happened in Resurrection and how that undid H2O, with this movie, the firefighters come in and just Michael just gets away again. Do you feel
Yeah.
like it undoes 2018?
No, I don't.
no.
I mean, I feel like Michael probably would have found some way to get out anyway, even if nobody called the fire department.
He didn't seem too worried.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because what I like about this is that, because for one, I mean, it's a believable thing anyway. Of course, the fire department's going to come in later. So, and plus, they did do their homework to show that, so that way that there isn't a plot hole for how Michael got out or how he even survived.
Yeah.
And to show that he was hiding in the gun bunker. So it's like they knew that people may have questions, so they did their homework to really cover their tracks. So that way, it's nothing stupid.
I just don't buy. I don't buy that necessarily. That the firefighters would go into the place because a lot of times with that, if the building's that far gone, they'll just let it burn and try to contain it.
Yep.
I mean, they probably would need to see if there's any survivors or anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't know that. They don't know that there's no survivors or anything. There could be someone still trapped.
Worth it though for this awesome sequence.
Now, Michael getting
coming out.
I was gonna say that is awesome. I'll give you
that was an awesome shot.
And of course, you had some whiny bitch online saying they wanted this out of the movie because it makes firefighters look bad.
No, it doesn't. What the hell?
Yeah,
you know what? I'm just
did y'all hear about that? It was some guy. I don't know if he was a firefighter or trying to be a firefighter. He put out this petition online.
Diamond tip saw, baby. That's
a
diamond tip saw. Those things can cut through anything.
Yeah. People, honestly, I've just come to accept that people just bitch about anything. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised there's.
Well, I mean, look. Here's the thing: the internet magnifies people's voice. One person will say something stupid. Somebody's always got something stupid to say, and people will act like there's this whole cacophony of voices. It's one guy. It's not a million people. It's not hundreds, millions, or thousands, or even hundreds, or even dozens. You know, it's not even ones. It's just one.
Just one guy.
Because I like this movie a lot, and here's the thing: when it's people complaining about things in the movie, like how if they feel like they misused some of the characters or if there is some clunky writing, sure, those are valid arguments. But when you start getting into things like, oh, he kills firefighters, that makes him look bad. Oh, Michael is homophobic.
There he is.
When you get into stupid shit like that, it's just.
Well, to me, it's stupid because where were the same people like a couple years ago when there was a scene where Michael killed a child?
I love that.
Yeah.
No, my blood.
And plus, he killed cops.
Yeah. So, what exactly is the problem here? Like,
I don't get it. And here's the one that made me laugh the most when I heard it. A bunch of angry moms got together and demanded that Universal change the title of Halloween Kills because it would quote unquote scare the kids.
What kids? It's rated R.
Yeah, it's rated
there
R.
have always been a bunch of angry moms, Karens, they call them now. Now we call them Karens, which is, I love that title for them, much better title for them.
I like Karen.
Who will always complain about shit like that. They complain about Batman Returns, and that's why we got Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Because I will never forgive them for that shit. Yeah. They are the ones who got pissed off at Batman Returns. It was so dark and shit.
Because it was so.
Because of that, we did not get Robin Williams as the Riddler. That would have been fucking awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
or Billy D. Williams as Two-Face.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Tim Burton had plans for a third film, but
Warner Brothers just said, you know what, your material is too dark. It's scaring the kids. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like shit. What did George Carlin say?
Warner Brothers has been overreacting on shit forever.
Yep.
They've been
with firing Richard Donner. I never say that was more the Salkins than WB, but WB backed them up on it. You know, I mean, let's be honest.
And I still hate WB. Yep. And that they say, it scares the children.
Donner would have.
What did George Carlin say once?
Fuck you.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
George, fuck the kids.
Fuck them. Fuck kids. They're getting entirely too much attention.
Still, fuck them kids.
Oh, fun fact, by the way, this couple here, the black chick, does she look familiar?
Ain't that
maybe she was in 2018?
Was she?
Which was?
Yeah, you remember when the podcasters had that scene in the cemetery? Then the chick that was showing them around?
Oh. Okay, then. Gotcha.
And and the other black couple, by the way, the doctor and the nurse at the beginning, they were also in 2018. They were in the background, but they were there. It's connected. And I actually did find out recently that they didn't have a whole trilogy. I found out recently that they didn't actually have a whole trilogy planned from the start, but they did always have Halloween Kills planned after 2018.
Yeah, that's what my thing was. I was a little disappointed. I found out they were turning from 2 into a trilogy. I'm like, why? Why? But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is actually my favorite kill in the movie, by the way. I'll just say it right now, where he freaking, sticks your throat like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? Which kill do you guys think was the best in your opinion? I guess we'll put that out there.
You mean in this film or in like the whole
Yeah,
franchise?
the best kill in this movie.
It's been so long. I can't.
I mean, it's like I said, I saw this movie twice, and that was like October of last. Both of them were like October of last year.
Yeah.
So, because I mean,
Who gives a shit? Go the cops!
Seriously.
I guess that old guy was on Rescue Me or something.
Who gives a shit?
And he just steps on the drone. Like, fuck your machine. Yeah, I really do like this kill. Oh.
How can she not open the door? Come on.
Well, that's something they're kind of going for in this movie is how people will get frozen in fear, that kind of stuff.
I mean, that seems to be like a standard for like in horror films. It's like someone is always too afraid to move.
Yeah.
And I'll even say this, maybe you guys will disagree, but I actually think this whole sequence with this couple, them both dying, what Michael does to them, I think it's the darkest moment of the whole franchise.
It really is. An old couple is like, because you know what? Honestly, I was watching Halloween 2 last night, and it struck me that at the beginning, for one thing, it starts off from Michael's point of view, just like the original does. I'm watching it, Kabari, I'm watching it on HBO Max, and so is Rob. It's from his Blu-ray.
Yep. Yeah, it's available on HBO Max.
Max, yeah.
And plus, I like this here too. It's kind of showing Michael's childlike curiosity again, how he's picking one app. It's kind of like, what is this one?
Yeah, but I mean, like, what I was going to say is, though, that at the beginning of Halloween 2, he's sneaking around. He's hiding from the cops, and he sneaks into this old couple's house, and when she's like talking to her husband, their back is turned. He's in the kitchen. He steals a knife that's right there, this big kitchen knife, the kind he likes, and just walks out and leaves. Doesn't kill him or anything. Just walks out and leaves. So this was pretty dark.
That I will admit that part was pretty funny. How many knives can you stick in the back of a dead body?
Only one contestant, so one winner.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that this movie is weirdly paced. I actually don't think so. But I will say this, though. I do find it weird, though, how both this and the 2018 film, they're both the same length. They're both 1 hour and 45 minutes. But 2018 feels like it moves at a slower pace. But, yeah, this film is just as long, and it feels like it's just going. I don't get it.
Well, I mean...
It's not a criticism. It's just there's something I noticed. Because you'd think if they're both 1 hour, 45 minutes, you feel like that the pacing would be similar.
Well, I mean, for one thing, he's killing a bunch, but I mean, it's like there's nothing really happened. They're just,
Yeah. 30 minutes in, and they're still. But I like that, though. I mean, it's getting you reestablished with these characters before they get involved. So it's like giving you a chance to, care about them again.
Well, I mean, they had to get her to the hospital, and then they had to, they had to have Michael escape. Then they had to have Chief Hawkins. They had to have Hawkins. They had to have him back, get him in the hospital. Plus, they wanted to throw this in with the original survivors. So.
Ella, stop it. But can we all agree though that the sheriff here is like the most useless character, at least in this trilogy? I mean, what has he done besides barking orders around? What has he actually done? I mean,
Yeah, I
Not
agree.
really anything.
and plus, say what you want about them all acting stupid, getting a mob together. They do kind of have a point about how, I mean, Michael getting loose and all that again. That is kind of their fault, the police department. But that's what I mean. Like right off the bat, if you're gonna keep it going after 2018, this I do feel really feels like justify continue it after, like it's actually needed, because in the 2018 film we saw how Lori was affected, and that movie ends, and it would have been satisfying if they left it there, but didn't it leave you thinking, what about the other characters, Tommy and Bracken, Lindsay, and all of them? What happened to them?
Milo, come lay down.
So that's why you get what I mean. Like that's why I feel like this
Lay
sequel
down.
is actually necessary.
Lay down.
It's like I really think that this is the most.
It's weird how they showed the other guy's face and just cleverly they showed the other guy's face,
Yeah.
and just they showed Michael's face and they blurred it out.
Yeah.
But either way, they saw him.
We did.
But y'all get what I mean, though. It's like didn't the ending of 2018 leave you thinking that? It's like, yeah, we saw Lori's story, what she's up to, but what about the other characters? So
Yeah, I got you.
it's like, again, I really feel like this is the most misunderstood movie in the franchise. Not to say that anybody wouldn't have valid arguments against it, but I really do think that, again, that this is something this a piece that was actually needed, because it brought the rest of the characters back and got them all together. So it was a way to keep them involved in the story. So
Yeah.
but at the same time, I would say maybe in 2018, I would have put them in there too. Like say a couple scenes of like they're also being interviewed by Aaron and Dana. That's a way to establish them in that movie, going into this one.
No, look, hell no.
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 You gotta feel so sorry for Marion, though. I mean,
He's
she
always doing
died
that shit,
in
too.
2 timelines.
That 6'5", that 6'6" guy with 300 pounds just called me a bitch. Go beat him up. Shit.
Yeah.
You sure you weren't being a bitch? I mean, just say it. I mean, come on now. And you might have deserved that.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean, though. I mean, Tommy out there with the bat and all that. Say that just on paper they did get Paul Rudd back. Would you buy that, him having this gruff exterior? Come on, Michael, come and get it.
It wouldn't make sense anyway, though, because I mean,
yeah, I know, but
I mean, like, I think what he's saying is that
he's a good actor, though. Okay. I mean, he could pull it off. I mean,
yeah. I think what Zach is trying to say is that let's pretend that Halloween 6 didn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a miracle. But let's just pretend that didn't, and Paul Rudd never played Tommy before.
But yeah, just on paper, like say
just on paper. I mean, it would honestly be kind of hard to imagine, because I will say that because I think most of what I've seen Paul Rudd in was like mainly comedies. I mean, and I guess the Ant-Man movies, but then again, they could be comedies of their own too.
Yeah.
In a way,
even in the Marvel universe, he's still comic relief.
Yeah,
he's more comic relief than anything. So it's a
Except
little hard.
For Endgame, though, I actually will give him credit in Endgame. They actually give him a pretty serious role.
Yeah, but I would do the thing. But I mean, Paul Rudd's a damn good actor.
He is a good actor. Yeah,
he's been in serious roles before. He's had plenty of serious roles. So I mean, Paul Rudd can pull it off. I mean, of course. I mean, he's a damn good actor. He can pull it off.
Yeah, because he was awful in 6, but he got so much better after that. So.
Oh yeah. But then again, it was like that was like his first ever role. So
Yep.
I mean, let's face it. If it weren't for that, then
And it also leaves you thinking too. They didn't think to ask Brian Andrews back then either. Like, what the hell?
I mean, Brian Andrews was probably had other things going on at the
My
time.
big complaint with this film is the other guy should have been maybe used Nick Castle for the other guy, or at least somebody who's more of a physical match for
It was
Michael.
more of a physical match, not this
Yeah.
Danny
Not somebody
DeVito
who's
kind
like
of
more of a
guy.
physical match for the fucking penguin. I mean,
Oh yeah. It's like, sorry we got you killed, Danny DeVito. Evil will die
really.
4 years from now. Yeah, Evil dies 4 years from now. This time, we promise.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. I love these characters though.
Yeah.
I think that they are the other scene stealers in the movie, Big John and Little John.
Yeah, the gay couple.
Oh yeah.
But of course, apparently Michael's homophobic because he kills them.
I mean,
Like-
Michael doesn't give a shit.
I mean, honestly, Michael won't care what your
Yeah.
race.
It's not fair to say
He
you
won't- he
can't
won't-
kill. It's not fair to say you can't kill gay people in a horror movie. Come on. I mean,
He
that's
doesn't-
fucking stupid.
I mean, honestly, Michael, he doesn't care what your race, sex, your sexual orientation, your ethnicity, your
Yeah.
religion. He doesn't care. To him, no lives matter.
Yeah, you're just a meat bag to kill.
Yeah.
But for real though, what do you guys think of these guys?
That other guy, the tall guy with the white, he looks
Yeah,
familiar.
he was on something from Mad TV, I know.
Yeah, see what Matt
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
That's not the Stewart.
Mhm.
Don't grab. Remember that, Rob?
What's that?
Stewart from Mad
Stu-
TV.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
him.
that's him.
That's fucking him. Yes.
Awesome.
And do you guys think it was a little too on the nose to have the Halloween 3 masks in the movie this much as an Easter egg?
No, I mean you could kind of call them like it's Halloween. It's
Oh, I liked it, but I just
Mm.
it's like, do you guys think it was too on the nose?
no, I mean some people don't really. The thing is with Halloween 3 is not a lot of people probably saw it, so it could be a possibility that nobody really noticed. Like I think like hardcore like Halloween fans who've seen every movie
Oh,
would be
yeah.
like, oh, that's like, oh, holy shit, those are the masks. But there's also a lot of like
Yeah.
the casual fans that haven't even seen like the older movies possibly. So
Yep.
but I wouldn't really go say over the top. I think it's Halloween. It's, look, you gotta have masks. I mean, it's a cool
Yep.
Easter egg. Like, I was all
It
right.
was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so what do y'all think of these two? Do you feel like I thought they were the other best part of the movie. I thought they were very likable. Because what's great about it is that they're
I love
gay.
how they're fucking with these kids right now. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that they write them as actual human beings and not the gay stereotypes.
Which is why I liked him too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like him too.
I like their personality.
Yep. And it's like, and that's kind of like, it's like, and you could say pretty much with any of the other Halloween movies, there are characters you felt bad when they died, but I felt bad actually for every character in Halloween Kills. Like it was actually particularly very disturbing, and you actually felt really bad because a lot of these people were really likable.
Oh yeah.
And hell, they even make you feel sorry for an escaped mental patient. And now that I guess they're kind of focusing on Karen here a little bit, this is another character that I feel like they actually improved from 2018. Because come on, I mean, she tries to protect the guy from the mob towards the end and all that, and not just that, but just I think she had the right idea going with trying to keep all this information away from Lori because she's got to recover. She's wounded. She got stabbed in the fucking stomach. So, yeah.
I mean,
A lot of
yeah.
a lot of people dog on Karen, and I don't
That's
think
not
it's really
Karen, that's Allison.
no. I mean like, but with Karen's character, I feel like people shit on her too much sometimes.
Oh, well, I mean, she was annoying in the first one until the end.
Yeah, but again, I do think in Kills they improved her a lot. She was a
Well, I
bad.
mean, it made sense that she would be ignoring those shit. I mean,
Yeah.
she put up with a lot of bullshit from her mom. I mean, shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Even Lori had to admit by the end, I shouldn't have raised you the way I did. I'm sorry,
yeah.
Yeah. And there's something else. It was actually something I was able to catch on to later after watching this movie quite a few times. Y'all know how The Last Jedi tried to go for the idea of deconstructing the characters and the lore and all that, but it did it terribly.
Oh God, I remember.
I think this Halloween movie tries to deconstruct things too, but it actually works. Because it takes all the things that people are familiar with, like the Lori Michael rivalry. They think that there's actually a connection, but here they say it was never about you. Michael don't give a fuck about
But
you.
why is it coming down to them then? Why even say that though? It was never about her, and then it's all about them again in the third one. I mean,
Yeah.
I think for the most part in this trilogy, they've done very well with making it just happenstance. Like they just happen to be there, that kind of stuff.
but I don't know.
Like I think the best they've done it so far is like, because like that's why I like the Doctor twist in 2018 because you obviously you're gonna have a showdown with Lori and Michael, but if Michael isn't actually after her, then that's a good way to get him there. So I really feel like this movie does a good job at deconstructing the lore, but not in a way that's being a fuck you to the fans.
Mhm.
But yet this movie still gets a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes because critics hate horror movies.
No, not necessarily.
Well, I guess not that, but it was just kind of a joke. But you get what I mean. It's
Honestly, I could think of worse horror films that they
I don't know.
gave.
yeah.
Then again, there are some really good ones. They get a lot of praise. So,
And then she goes being a Karen again. Do you have security guards? There is a madman out there, and my mom was wounded. Blah 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 blah. But I do mean it though. I really do feel like they've improved Karen's character here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's more like just kind of a natural progression of her character. It's not like they tried to improve her; just kind of a natural progression. So,
yeah.
So is it like you guys like her better here too in this movie?
yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just kind of a natural progression, though. I mean,
yeah. I mean, she did. I mean, she wasn't in. I mean, she was. We had more time to develop her here than the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, now the same shit has happened to her that happened to her mother, and she understands her mother better now.
Yeah.
So.
And then of course we get then we get the ending, and it's like, well, look where that got her. And here's a good thing that, like, I don't know if you guys watch Cody Leach, but
I do.
Because there's something he said in his review where if they're going for the idea of if all these movies are ignored, so it's basically canon that Michael just killed 3 people in the original, and then you have it 40 years later and the whole town still shook up about that they would go mob mentality, and that it's kind of far fetched. What do you guys think about that?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Because Cody Leach was kind of saying that if they're going to ignore all these movies and that it's just Michael killed 3 people in the original, but then 40 years later, the whole town would still be all caught up about it. and that they would be all mob mentality about it with him coming back, that it's kind of far-fetched.
No, I mean they did the same thing in part 4.
Yeah, they did.
Got
Yeah.
it from. I mean, really.
Now, I'm not dogging on Halloween 4 when they say this, because I love Halloween 4, but I think Halloween Kills takes the mob mentality idea, but does it better. Because it involves the legacy characters, and it gives Haddonfield this sense of history and all that.
Yeah, but I mean the way they executed it though. I mean, again, it goes back to that one scene. I mean, where they're chasing around a guy who looks like the Penguin, rather than a guy who looks.
So was it like?
It's not even about the way. It's the build. His build is totally different.
I was gonna say, because I mean that was a problem that even when I saw it in theaters for the first time, I was like, are people really buying that this really short, like this Danny DeVito look-alike is Michael Myers?
Was it the whole idea of the plot line in general you had a problem with, that they would mistake someone else for Michael?
No, I mean, like I think both Mark and Right Dude said, it's not the bad concept, it's the way they executed it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a good concept. I love what they're trying to do. That's why I give them credit for it. But I mean, the more I think about it, the more I just sour it, because I mean, and I get, mobs can do really stupid, irrational things. But I mean,
they act on pure impulse.
That they would, I mean,
and that's why
my idea was, I say it should have been Nick Castle himself, which would have been kind of
that would have made more sense.
That would have been poetic. I mean, because then you're chasing around the guy who actually played Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, in a way, it's like, I do agree. It's like, yeah, these characters are making absolutely stupid decisions, but there's more of an emotion to it, because, it's all about, the why that they're doing it. Because in a lot of older trashy horror films, characters are stupid just because they were stupid. But here, in Halloween Kills, it felt different. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why when people say, and that's why it's not that it peeves me. I get peeved when people say it, but
get the hell out. Get the hell out.
Dude, this scene.
Children are dumb.
You've got to feel so sorry for Marion as a character. 2 timelines that you can't catch a fucking break.
Well, to be fair, at least she lasted longer.
Yeah, that's why I actually like Marion better here than in H2O.
Oh, I love that. I do love how he climbed up on the roof, just like he did the original.
And this is another thing that people said is way too far-fetched. Is way too unrealistic. That the way Marion dies kind of mirrors the way Michael tried going after in the first one.
Well, I mean, that's kind of poetic, though. I mean, that was the point.
I was all for it, though.
Yeah, of course.
Because a lot of people that, at least that I've talked to, just said it was desperate, that they're just trying to, desperate nostalgia pandering. But yeah, it's nostalgia, but I actually think they earned a lot of the nostalgia here that they're doing in these movies.
Yeah.
You can have nostalgia. It's not desperate. You can't call every bit of nostalgia desperate nostalgia, man.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: Rise of Skywalker, yeah, that was desperate. But it's like, would you agree that like all the moments of nostalgia in these movies, I feel like they've earned the nostalgia because of all the shitty sequels in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I will say though, to the credit, the people that have complaints with this movie, another kind of little thing I would rewrite maybe with Marion in Halloween Kills is that maybe she's a nurse at the hospital, and maybe she'd have a scene or two with Lori, and they have a conversation or two. Oh, this kill.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, good kill. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know whether to call that hilarious or if it's genuinely awesome.
It's honestly, I would call it hilarious. I don't know why.
Wait, which show was it again?
Oh, that the nurse Michael kicks the
Yeah.
door open and bam.
Oh
The
yeah.
guy dressed as a nurse, yeah. The guy dressed as a male nurse,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Stabs him right through the eye socket. Oh,
I did the eye socket.
oh man. That just looks painful. I don't think you die right away from that, though. I really don't.
I mean, the way he stabbed him, it kind of goes up into the brain, right?
Yeah, but I mean, just because you get like, look, Phineas Gage had a tamping bar go through his fucking head, right through his brain, and he survived and lived for years afterward. Now his personality was a hell of a lot different.
Phineas
but I mean,
and Ferb.
his
Funny.
personality was different, but
Funny. Phineas and Ferb. That was a good one.
What was it?
It was a joke Jack was making. Phineas and Ferb.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, just because it goes in the brain doesn't mean you die right away. I mean, now if it goes through if it destroys, like with a gunshot, if it destroys, like you could blow out the back of your brain and that's not necessarily die. It's the prefrontal cortex, the center of consciousness.
The center of this.
I will say this though. It's not like a full on. It's not a full on negative in this movie, but if there's one thing in Halloween Kills that I would really, really change is I do have kind of a problem with how many legacy characters they killed in this movie. I think they killed too many of them. I mean, Brackett's dead, Tommy's dead, Lonnie, Marion. So pretty much all that's left is Lindsay. You know, aside from Lori, Lindsay's the only other one left that we know. I would have kept. You know what I would have done? I would have kept Tommy and Brackett alive to be into the next one. Because you could say that other than Lori, Tommy and Brackett were the other two most important characters. As far as who you would want to go up against Michael. I mean, and plus Lindsay would still be there because she made it through this. Which
I mean, Lindsay always, honestly, the original Lindsay always struck me as smarter than Tommy anyway.
Yep. And that showed too. I mean, she knew to kind of fumble with this mask a bit there. So, I mean, hell, doesn't that kind of maybe establish an easy way to get away from Michael? All you got to do is kind of rip his mask off. That's like his prized possession. That's a funny line, though. You got stabbed in the fucking stomach. It's a paper cut.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing a little bit.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Another kind of thing about Karen that people are complaining about in this movie is that they thought it was out of character for her to keep all this information away from Lori that Michael was still out there. I'm like, what was she supposed to do?
I was gonna say if she told him right away, then Lori would have gotten out of the hospital ASAP.
Yeah,
and started going after him. She was turned.
And that's kind of the real metric, by the way, with Lori's character. And this is something I don't mind the movie doing, because a lot of people were pissed that she kind of hardly had anything to do. I don't mind that. I mean, they play that realistically. I mean, she was stabbed. All right, Austin. So she was stabbed. She's got to recover. But they still do play to the character's strength so that she would try to get out of there and do some shit. But obviously, she can't actually. Mike, is that something y'all noticed too? It's like I really do have a lot to defend with this movie. It's not that there aren't things that don't work. Like, again, I do think they killed off too many of the returning characters, but for the most part, I think what they're trying to go for works pretty well. But this scene right here, they're searching for the bodies. I do have a criticism here. Because, you know, when they find Marion's body and all that strung up like that, it was kind of different in the script because I found the script and I read it. In the script, when they find Marion's body, both Tommy and Lonnie get all emotional or breaking down, just weeping. It's like an emotional moment. And the way it is in the movie, it's like Lonnie's getting all kind of emotional, but Tommy's just all gruff about it. It's like you really don't have any honest reaction to seeing like one of your oldest friends strung up dead. It's like you're really gonna look at that stone faced. It's like that's one thing from
I
that.
did love the image of the mask put on them.
Oh, yeah, from Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's
Silver Ship.
it's like the
3 more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 3 more days till Halloween.
Yeah,
Silver Shamrock.
I'm gonna try to watch that one.
It's like that isn't that kind of weird though? Like I just said, it's like Tommy is seeing one of his oldest friends strung up dead, and he's not just breaking down weeping.
Yeah.
Because again, that's how it was.
I don't know, but I mean, because people cope differently. Some people do not show emotion.
Then again, if he did show emotion, then it would have. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking people. I'm wondering if people would have complained about. I think it works. I think it works okay here, but I'm thinking people probably would have complained about.
Because again, I bring that up because, like I said, that's all it was. The way it was written in the script was that both him and Lonnie just break down on their knees and are just weeping when they find Marion's body.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it is in the book too. The novel.
The book?
Yeah, there's a novelization of Halloween Kills.
Oh, I got you.
And there's a small and it gives more details about Tommy's past, saying that basically he'd been in and out of relationships, and that he even has a thorn tattoo on his arm. But I don't think that they put that in the movie actually with the thorn thing, so which was good. And it's funny how they mentioned Ben Tramer here. Do you think he's gonna show up in Halloween Ends?
I don't know.
Do you think that could? I would like that actually, because maybe he could have it. Because they said that Lori had two failed marriages. Maybe one of those failed marriages was Ben Tramer.
Maybe
that could be a possibility.
At least he won't die. Hopefully, he won't die the way he did in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Just they have Hawkins here.
Another dumb scene where Michael was mistaken for somebody was mistaken for Michael when there was no reason to.
I mean, how many times have they even? How many times in this franchise have they even done that with a fake out when it's someone who's not really Michael Myers gets killed?
Well, technically, at least 3 that I know of. I mean. There's the Ben Tramer scene in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
There's what they retconned the end of H2O, which pisses me off, which I don't accept. In the Halloween Resurrection, which seriously pisses me off. I do not accept that shit.
Oh, yeah.
For me, the end of that was she killed him in the end of H2O. That's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
They live happily ever after. But, and then this one.
Yeah.
So 3 times.
So 3 times that they've pulled that stunt.
Yeah, I think this is the best one, though. I guess. Well, best being.
Conception, maybe not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the best conceived.
Yeah. Maybe not executed, but.
Would you guys have wanted to? Because when you guys heard that say that Charles Cyphers in particular was finally returning his bracket, were you hoping for more screen time out of him? Or does this feel right with how much he was in the movie? I'm fine with it, honestly. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't have wrote for more for him to do, but I gotta
say I did like this scene right here because I mean that's kind of exactly what would happen, I love how they showed the mob forming and everything, but
And I do think that people blow the Evil Dies Tonight stuff out of proportion. They say, "Oh, they're saying it the whole movie." It's pretty much just this 15 to 20 minute chunk of the movie is pretty much all that's there.
but he did give the speech when he talked about 40 years ago.
Yeah, he did. When they were at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think another reason why I defend this so much, I mean, aside from the fact that I really do think they did a lot of it so well, is that this is what I always wanted out of a Halloween sequel, was all the characters together. Like, this kind of story. They're all together trying to stop him again. And I never thought that they would think to make that kind of movie. So I was really happy that we finally got this,
Killed my daughter 40 years ago. They desecrated her body. Evil dies tonight. God damn it, Becky.
And this is what I mean. Like, freaking Sheriff Barker or whatever, he's so fucking useless.
I was gonna say, why couldn't he be the one? Why couldn't he be one of the victims in this movie?
Who?
Maybe he'll die. Oh, Sheriff Barker.
Oh dear God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we talked about this when we watched 2018. Wouldn't it have been better to have Hawkins be the sheriff? Like, that's what they should have done.
I don't know. Maybe not at his age, because he would have been, dear Lord, he's got to be close to 80.
Oh, Hawkins? No, he's in his 60s.
Not the character, no way.
He means the actor.
But the actor, maybe, yeah. But the character, think about it. He had a 17-year-old daughter.
No, Hawkins should have been the sheriff.
Oh, Hawkins. Yeah, Hawkins, I agree. Yeah, Hawkins would have been.
Yeah, Hawkins would have made more sense.
Okay, I always thought you were talking about Brackett for some reason. Okay.
No.
Yeah, Brackett, no, because Brackett's probably too old.
Yeah, he's in his, well, I think he was in his, I don't know if he was in his 80s when they shot this, or maybe he's in his 80s now, but he was late 70s at the most.
Yeah, had to been. He would have been probably late character at least.
Because with Halloween Kills, they shot this in 2019, so maybe late 70s.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
Because here's the thing, dude, I'm afraid of friggin' needles in the first place, so I wouldn't. Ugh.
There's the holy trinity of female badasses on film. Sigourney Weaver.
Sydney?
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. Took the words right out of my mouth, Rob. Exactly. Sigourney Weaver, Linda Hamilton, and fucking damn it, I can't think. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Why?
So long as we don't, yeah, definitely Linda Hamilton, but so long as we don't count Dark Fate.
Who?
What's that?
No, Terminator Dark Fate. So long as we
What's
don't.
that? I never heard of that movie.
Wait, what's Dark Fate? Well, what's
that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Are you guys?
That doesn't exist.
It's like people like to say there are 4 Indiana Jones films. What the hell are they talking about? There are 3.
No, there's 2.
Yeah, and it's
there's 3.
It's like
3.
It's
there's 2 to me.
like Star Wars 7, 8, and 9. Did they really?
What do they exist?
No, there are
There's
7 Star Wars films, including Rogue One. I will accept Rogue One.
Yes.
Yeah, Disney only made 1 Star Wars movie, and that was Rogue One.
Exactly.
And it was the best one they did.
And
But
because I think where Disney has done the best is where they played around the edges of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to continue the main story and all this shit, play around the edges of it. Try to fill in. There's a lot to fill in. It's a whole fucking galaxy, man. Come on.
Exactly.
There's
been plenty of like, I mean, even before Disney took over, there's been plenty of like novels and video games that are comic
Oh,
books
yeah,
that are
dude,
all based
one of my
on
favorite-
that are all based on like side stories in the Star
Dude,
Wars
some of my
universe.
favorite of the EU books, and EU books were
Yeah.
kind of hit or miss for me, very hit or miss for me.
Oh yeah.
I heard the
I mean, some of my favorites were things like Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina. This collection of short stories about the different characters in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah.
It was fucking fascinating
Oh, yeah.
shit. And Tales from Jabba's Palace, or Tales of Bounty Hunter. I forget what they called it. One, but Bounty Hunter Tales or whatever. But I mean.
It's kind of funny here, because they're grabbing their weapons, right? I got this knife. He grabs a little thing.
So,
Oh shit! Don't go check that out. Just get out. Don't go check that out. Go.
I will admit, if any part where you're gonna say characters really do make stupid decisions, I will say they should have left the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
Could
then
you
again, I'm sorry, go on.
Oh, because I was gonna say you could make an argument for all the mob stuff because they're just trying to do the right thing, but here they should have left the house. I will admit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should. Then again, smart decisions in a horror film. What's that?
Exactly.
Unless you're Dr. Loomis.
But yeah, true.
I was saying before, I was checking out the Nika characters on Amazon Prime, and they had a 2-pack of Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis from Halloween 2.
Oh dang.
Yeah. I would get it, but it's Halloween 2. I prefer it from the original.
Yep. Here we friggin' go, guys. Here we go.
Oh, it's this one.
But I can see you're all saying what if they went with Nick Castle? Isn't Nick Castle kind of shaped the same way?
No.
No.
Nick Castle's tall and thin.
Yeah.
He's also a pretty good director.
Oh shit!
Well,
Nick Castle directs some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has. Let me take a look.
He was a filmmaker too. I mean, they were all filmmakers. I mean, who worked on this? You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you got to give credit though, even if it's like he's small and pudgy like the Penguin. You got to give credit. It's another thing that connects to 2018 because they showed that multiple patients escaped that night. That when the bus crashed and all that, it wasn't just Michael. So
I will say, looking at the news report now,
Yeah.
I thought they definitely identified Michael Myers. I don't know why they wouldn't have,
Yeah.
but I mean, they just said 2 mental patients escaped.
Yeah.
And they showed both of them.
By the way, I just pulled up Nick Castle's filmography on like outside of acting and all. He was one of the writers for Escape from New York. He came up with the story for Hook.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fucking awesome.
He directed Dennis the 90s Dennis the Menace and
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was. And
I will
then
say
some other ones I'm not sure. I don't know about.
Not great, but I mean it was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His death here, by the way, when Michael gets his eyes out, that's longer in the extended cut, by the way. Because that's one of the things they kind of had to edit down for theaters. Because in the extended cut, they focus on it more like he's really digging into his sockets, and then it's slower with his eyeballs popping out. Because in the theatrical cut, it's edited differently; they just pop out right away. There is a difference.
I gotcha.
He was a lot more brutal in this one, in these films, than he was in the original.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I still feel like they were still able to preserve the mystique, and not just with Michael's mystique and all that, but they're also still able to keep a lot of the tension that you need in a Halloween film. Yeah, this is.
Why are they still in that house? Get the hell out.
like the
And the
dude
thing
was
is, they've got to
downstairs.
know. They've got to know Michael Myers and always is.
Oh yeah.
Like the dude was downstairs. He did not have to go back up those stairs. But this is what I mean, though. I mean, I loved these guys. I mean,
Well, I mean, his lover's getting killed. I mean,
yeah,
love of his life is getting killed. I mean, of course he's going to run up there. So
yeah.
I kind of wonder why they didn't just stick to why they had to go in separate
Like,
rooms when they
yeah, it's
knew
like-
that someone was in the house.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like if you're going to stand there and try and do something, at least stick together.
Exactly.
Now see this. Wouldn't you guys kind of say that maybe people blow the evil dies tonight stuff a little too out of proportion? I mean, it's pretty much just this whole 20-minute chunk of the movie at the hospital. They say it at the beginning, yeah, but for the most part, it's like people
I'm
act like it's throughout the whole
offspring
movie.
kill, not a good thing. I wish my criticism there. Another criticism. They should have showed Little John fighting back.
Yeah.
You try to charge him or something. I mean, he just killed the love of your life. I mean, you've got nothing left to lose. I would charge him because what the hell?
Yeah, because if
He dies,
like,
I'm better off anyway.
it's like what was it Joker said in Burton's movie? If you're gonna die, go out with a smile or something like that.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
You gotta go. Go with a smile.
Go with a smile. I still say both Tim Burton Batman movies are my favorite Batman movies.
Yeah, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh yeah, like Batman Begins is my favorite, then Returns is my second favorite, then probably Burton's movie.
Well,
I would say
older version of Batman movie is the Tim Burton movie.
that's
That's why it was better.
I'll say this.
It
Out of
works.
all the movies, I don't mean to go off topic because I know we're talking about Halloween and all, but if we were to, but if I were to rank my 3 favorite Batman films, or at least films that have Batman, it would be 89, then Returns, and then the Snyder Cut.
That was rough. Her seeing her son there.
Yeah.
They're finding
Is
out.
that
her son was
realistic
like
though
that.
that they'll just have the morgue open for viewing like that?
They would not. They would not. They definitely wouldn't have a body. I mean, I could understand it though. It's chaotic. The idea is that it's chaotic. So I mean,
Yeah, and could
they must have built a new hospital because this is a lot bigger than the hospital was, and looks a lot different too. I don't remember there being a second floor on the hospital in Halloween too. So it's supposed to be a new
Well, then again, Mark, that was like what 40 years before this.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
this,
must have
actually.
either made additions or whatever, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this actually, because the fact that the idea they're going for is mob mentality and chaos and all that, for people to say that it's just another horror movie of dumb characters making dumb decisions, I don't think that argument applies because again, it's mob mentality. What do you think they're gonna?
I mean, usually when you have a giant mob going on, they're usually just going to be following the leader. So
exactly.
I mean,
So it's like, yeah, they're acting stupid, but that's the point.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah, it's like
Yeah,
sometimes most of the time, people in mobs they don't even know what they're fighting over.
Yeah.
So they just follow the crowd.
How they got Loomis in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How they got Donald Pleasance in there. That had to have been CGI.
Oh
yeah.
no, it was makeup. Because like I said, someone on the crew actually looked a lot like, and this is on like the special features or behind the scenes thing somewhere. It was someone that I guess looked a lot like Donald Pleasance already. So then they got the idea for putting Loomis in this movie. So they added the extra makeup and effects onto him. And they were and that's just what happened. So
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't even know that at first too. When I saw this in theaters, I was like, well shit, they really improved ever since trying to resurrect Tarkin. Dude, this is what I mean with
He's such a
Karen.
good actor.
Oh yeah,
The guy playing Hawkins.
Hawkins. Yeah, he
Will,
is.
Will Patton.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in the,
Will Patton's a very good actor.
yep. He was
Will
in The
Patton's
Punisher,
very
by
good
the
actor.
way.
Huh?
Which
He was
one?
in the Tom Jane one with John
The
Travolta.
2000. Okay, the 2004 one.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
John Travolta's friend, you know, that he kills.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The Quentin Glass character.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The one that he, the
What
one that John Travolta thought his wife was cheating on with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Hey,
it.
why is Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul listed in the cast?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's
Of this movie?
Yeah, doesn't say who he played, but I mean,
I think they made the. I think it's I think they're referencing the Bob from the original Halloween.
no, it said Bob Odenkirk. It even shows a picture of him. Look it up on Google.
Oh, really?
Halloween Kills, and look at the cast.
Maybe he was one of the mob members.
Seriously,
He's got to make that money somehow.
seriously,
Oh, shit.
Bob Odenkirk is amazing, man.
Oh, Bob Odenkirk is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Will Patton's a very good actor.
One movie that
I'm gonna be so like, even if it's the right kind of death for Hawkins, I am still gonna be mad if they kill him in the next movie.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Bob Sims in this movie? Photo only. I'm sorry, I was looking on Wikipedia.
Oh, it's
on
because
Bob.
because you know, more towards the beginning of the movie on the bar, they showed Michael and the other patients' faces. They were also saying, "Oh, Michael killed these people back then," and they're showing Linda and Bob and all them.
Okay, so that's where. Okay, but
Dude, this scene right here is exactly why it pisses me off when people say Karen deserved to die. I mean, look what she's trying to do here. They're acting like that as a character. She's worse than Tina. This actor died, by the way, playing this mental patient.
Yeah.
yeah.
He died because they filmed the movie in 2019, and when they finished filming, I think he died a few months after they had finished filming.
What happened?
I don't know, actually. I don't think they put out why. But
Let me
yeah,
see.
He was pretty old. He was up there.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It just
He's done
And
a
it-
lot of more things.
it hits a lot more with this scene, just knowing that the guy's actually dead.
Yeah.
Like, even in theaters, that it really got to me. Like that, I cried at this scene because, again, you know, my past and all the shit I've been through. So a lot of this just it resonates.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, having dealt with mental health issues myself, I felt.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because I've still got I've still got some mental health issues going on too. Still,
Same here.
And
That is- kids are totally
they
upset.
do kind of give an argument here as to why they would mistake him for Michael, because Tommy does say, "Well, he's always wearing a mask, so how do we know it's not him?"
But Tommy has seen him before, though. I mean, come on.
he saw him when he was a kid.
I mean,
Now here's the big, I guess, the $1 million question. The decision in general to put all this social commentary in the movie about mob mentality, the dangers of fear and violence, do you think it fits Halloween?
I mean, in a yes and no. Like, yes for what they're trying to go for, but I would say no for like trying to make a movie about a big scary man wearing a mask with a knife and killing people. I mean, you do kind of see the mob mentality in a lot of horror films. Like I think Friday the 13th has done it. Nightmare on
I
Elm
don't
Street.
think so, honestly. Well, I don't think Friday the 13th has done it. Not that I can remember.
They might have done something like a mob. I wouldn't say like mob, but I would say they've done similar.
Because the thing is, it's always been just isolated at Camp Crystal Lake, except for the time we went to New York, and even then, we was in New York for about 30 minutes. But I mean, but either way, I mean, it's always been, I don't know.
Oh, and this is exactly what I mean here with how.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, though, Austin. You're right. They do the mob mentality thing in a lot of horror films. So
yeah.
This is exactly what I mean with how this movie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zach. I would just want to say, case in point, one of the classic monster movies, King Kong.
Oh yeah.
King Kong.
Oh yeah.
Mentality. That's the OG mob mentality movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean with like how this movie deconstructs a lot of the things that we know about Halloween, but it works. With them saying that Michael, it was never about her, Michael was never after you. I think it works because, I mean, in a way, with this new continuity, we already knew that, but it's good deconstruction of all the lore that I think actually works. Because Last Jedi tried to do the same thing with Luke, but it just crashed and burned. Does that rub you in the wrong way? Like, it made rub you the wrong way with them going that direction, saying that it was actually never about her.
I mean, it was a little jarring, but because in this new trilogy they decided not to make her his sister, it didn't. You could just argue that Michael just escaped and he just wanted to kill Lori for some reason, and
it was happenstance. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly.
Hey, guys, Will Patton was also in The Client. Very good adaptation of very good book. The Mothman Prophecies, Gone in 60 Seconds, No Way Out, just a bunch of them. Armageddon, and Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing,
wow.
the one that only had one season before they canceled because WB fucked up and doesn't know how to fill out some fucking paperwork. Somebody put a zero in the wrong
For all the great movies Warner Brothers has, they also seem to have the messiest production histories of any movies I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, literally, somebody filled out the fucking tax documents wrong for the. They thought they were getting a bigger tax cut off of it from the North Carolina. Was like, no, you did this wrong. It's actually this. Like, well, screw this. So.
Now, this is another thing here with Lonnie that I actually defend too, because he just goes in alone and all that. But I think it works. I know I'm saying that all like, I think this works. I think this works, but it's just
he's not going to want his son going in there because because they already said I never made it in. I was too scared.
That's exactly what they're going for. It's like he wants to go in this time. And plus, he doesn't want them in danger. So it's just like, how is this a stupid decision? I think this is actually one of the smart decisions these characters make in this movie.
Yeah, because I mean, he's got to protect his kid. I mean, that's not a stupid. That's not a stupid thing. He's going to protect his kids.
And it's actually
his kid's girlfriend. I mean, you're not going to let kids go in there risk their lives. They're just not.
Yep. And this is actually the one thing that I've heard from both positive and negative reviews of this movie is praise for Lonnie's character.
Yeah.
Is it something
I like what they did with Lonnie?
Is it something you guys would have thought of to do if writing this movie? But what if we brought Lonnie back and make him this other legacy character?
No, honestly. Well, I don't know, maybe because I mean he was one of the bullies, you know.
Yeah.
And would you do you think? I mean, do you like that they made him a nicer guy, or would you have
Yeah,
still made
because I
him?
mean, yeah, because I mean that
Yeah.
happens. I mean, shit. Just because
Just because, yeah, just because you were a bully
Yeah.
when you
nobody
were
gives
like,
a shit about that 20, 30, 40 years later.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Nobody
like,
gives a shit about that.
yeah,
Nobody cares.
things can happen. Things can change. People can
Mhm.
change in 40 years.
Pressure from being a kid, man.
Yeah, because I mean, let's face it, we all did
Yeah,
stupid things as a
of
kid.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all did shitty things as kids. I mean,
Yeah.
And that was an actor, by the way, that was in Doctor Sleep, the guy who plays Lonnie here, Robert Longstreet.
Oh,
I've had former bullies apologize to me. Like I had one, she just apologized to me, and I was like, you know what? I'd honestly forgotten shit. I mean, but I mean, I was appreciative. You know, I mean,
And then sometimes there are still bullies that you feel like, oh, you'd still want to beat the shit out of them.
yeah. Well,
I don't know.
then again, those bullies are probably either like those bullies that never changed since then. Probably are either in jail or dead. So
And we're not at this scene yet, but how can you that like really honestly not feel bad for Cameron here? I mean, that's not just because of the way he dies, but he's really likable in this movie, so
he was
I felt bad for him.
he was going, yeah.
I mean, because what he did in 2018, yeah, he was a dick, but I mean, he was drunk. You know, he probably wasn't thinking.
I mean, he's a kid. You know,
So it's like,
Like I said, we all did stupid shit as a kid.
yeah. So it's like, it's like y'all honestly really not feel bad for Cameron here? What's about to happen to him?
I mean, I feel bad for anybody dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not just the fact that like what Michael does to him, but it's just I mean, yeah. But would you guys agree though that killing as many of the returning characters as they did may have been a mistake? Like I think they killed off too many of them.
Not necessarily.
I'll tell you what, if they're building up to something big, then then I think maybe it could have. So, but I don't know. We'll have to see when
Because it
ends
makes
comes
sense
out.
to me. It should be traumatizing. It should be something like feels like if you go in this direction, you need to feel it like Michael wins.
Yeah.
This one, you know, I mean,
Because even with the direction we know they're going for Halloween Ends, I would have rewritten one thing in Halloween Kills to where, again, even with knowing where the next one is going to go, I would still have I would still write Tommy and Brackett in there.
no, even then, no. Brackett, there's no reason to have him in the next one. You don't even know, honestly, at his age, you don't even know if he's going to be alive in the next one.
Yeah.
So,
Because 4 years are gonna because Halloween is supposed to take place in 2022,
yeah.
and both kills and the one before it's all supposed to take place on the same night in 2018.
I just meant like in real life, the actor, you know, I mean, well, I know they
Yeah.
shot it back to back, but still.
Oh no, they didn't shoot Kills and Ends back to back. They actually
Oh,
just
really? I thought they did.
they were going to, but then COVID and stuff happened.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they actually just shot Ends in the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
In January.
Hey Mark, I just remembered. Wasn't there some scenes that were actually shot in North Carolina in Wilmington?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, like-
which
one? Wait, which one?
like the bar maybe. I think I forgot to
Oh, I
mention
don't know.
it.
I don't know.
So,
I mean-
but it's like because I heard that there were some scenes that were actually shot in Wilmington, North Carolina.
They do a lot of filming in Wilmington.
Oh yeah.
And here's the thing with this kill right here. I still think the old couple, their deaths are the darkest in the franchise, but this right here is like physically the most brutal. Because there's actually kind of a different mixes of brutal in this movie. There's like
Where is Lonnie in all this?
He's dead.
Oh, that's right. Killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, we can hear it. We can hear it a little bit. I think it's marked.
Okay.
Well, but it should be fine because that movie's almost over.
I mean, the movie's almost over, so.
Yeah. And I just want to mention it right here. We're coming up in a few minutes. Like in a few minutes is what I now consider to be the greatest moment of fan service I've ever seen in any movie. And I'll point it out when we get to that scene.
Okay.
Leave
him alone. No.
It's like, you know what? I was just gonna leave him to suffer, but just to spite you, bitch, I'm a
Freak.
Which is totally, you could see Michael doing shit like that.
It's like, yeah, that's probably what he was thinking. It's like, you know what? I was just gonna leave him all fucked up like that to suffer, but you know what? Because you're all bitching, I'm gonna crack his neck.
Hell yeah, get him, Karen.
Yeah.
You just messed with the Karen.
Oh,
Michael Myers is no better.
I was going to say, how rare is it that we're wanting a Karen to win?
Yeah, Dr. Wolfield has said that in his review where it's like, because Michael's fighting Allison, it's like, and then you come across something more dangerous than Michael, a Karen.
Exactly.
Now, this is what I mean right here. This whole sequence where she leads him into the mob's trap and all that, and like he's walking up to his mask, all the cars come in, the mob surrounding him, and Brackett has his little moment. That whole like minute or so is the greatest fan service I've ever seen in any movie. That's just how I've started to look at it. I fucking love this moment. Did anyone were there any applause moments in the theater when you guys saw it in the cinema?
I don't remember. I know there were some for 2018 because it was like a full house. But I don't remember for kills. Maybe there was, I don't know.
There was in my theater, like as soon as the lights shone and all the cars and people surrounding him, applause that whole moment. And then when Brackett said his line again, everyone fucking roared.
Dun, 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 dun.
You rarely see that around.
And plus, dude, the score here, I think this is the best piece of score in the whole movie, too.
Yeah.
Store-bought costume.
The score is good.
I really like the score.
It's stuff like this that it really frustrates me. It's like 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. Really?
Then again, does anyone take Rotten Tomatoes seriously?
No, exactly.
I mean,
get triggered about that, Zach. I'm telling you, because I stopped caring about Rotten Tomatoes a long time ago. I just stopped visiting.
Zach, this is the same website that gave that awful Ghostbusters 2016 a 70-something% and give Afterlife like a 60-something. Ghostbusters 2 a 50, whatever.
It's not just Rotten Tomatoes, but just in general, the fact that this is one of the more divisive, if not one of the more hated movies in the franchise. I'm like, fucking how?
Because just a lot of people had problems with it.
Yeah, but it's just there's so much in this movie that they do so well.
Well, it's just, for you, it's like the same thing for me with Batman v Superman. I love it, especially the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
But
the Ultimate Edition is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But other people don't like it.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Edition. And I'm like, I could understand the theatrical cut not like that better than the Ultimate Edition. But it is what it is. It's divisive. Zack Snyder's an acquired taste. I will say at least Man of Steel has been had its resurrection, and
I always liked Man of Steel anyway. So
I love Man of Steel. Yeah.
And I don't say that as in that I think that their opinions are wrong. It's just when I hear that this is one of the more divisive films, just in general, I'm like freaking how.
But even with the theatrical cut of Batman v Superman, I could see exactly what they were going for. I could see exactly what they meant. And sure enough, when the Ultimate Edition came out, after it came out on disc.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I was right. It confirmed all those extra scenes, confirmed everything I already thought. I'm like, yeah, I figured. So I mean, like it showed that Luthor actually paying off Luthor's man, actually paying off the guy to kill the guy that Batman had branded. So
now there's this. Do you think this, considering that Brackett is one of the legacy characters, do you think this was a good way to take him out?
Love you too. I mean, yeah.
I mean, does it bother you in any way that because
It does not bother me, honestly. That I mean, I was
No.
glad to see him
I mean,
die.
because Brackett wanted revenge, or he wanted to avenge his daughter, but he never gets it. Does that bug you guys?
I mean, but to be fair though, Tommy wanted revenge, and he kind of
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can't get. Look, the Rolling Stones have already.
You can't. Oh, Mark, you froze.
Oh, he froze.
Mark.
A little bit.
Somebody screenshot it.
No. In fact, I don't even know how to screenshot.
Oh, damn! I got to admit, that's a pretty good kill.
Yeah. Mark, you froze for a minute. You're like the
Yeah, I know.
Rolling Stones said it best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't always get what you want.
You can't always get what you want.
But if you
So-
try sometime, you get what you need. What he needed was to have his
Here's
ass
what I would have
home.
done. Because while I personally would have, because we already know Lindsay's alive, she's gonna be in the next one. But I personally would have also had Tommy and Brackett in the next one too, so that way there's more legacy.
Why? I mean, you don't need them.
Because
Tommy needed to die. Tommy needed to die.
No, 'cause
Tommy needed to
I
die.
wrote here-
Brackett. This was his farewell. So I mean,
because I actually do like how Tommy dies here. It's like they actually play it off as this moment, like he's staring into the eyes of the boogeyman, like the boogeyman finally got him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But as an alternative, consider this. Like consider this. What if Tommy does live? Like somehow he's not there when the mob is being massacred, and his whole story in Halloween Ends would be that he's just racked with guilt and all that, and he feels like he got all these people killed.
But it's not Tommy's story, though, Zach. That's my thing.
I
It's
mean,
not. Tommy's
I'm not
story.
saying frame him as the main character, but like
Yeah,
say
but
that
I mean-
that's still something.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You got to be careful with stuff like that, though, because you put in too much stuff, it takes away from the main story.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think
Because
it
this
could
program
work?
is just going to be straight up. This is why I had a problem with them saying, "Oh, it's not about Lori." But I mean, come on, we know the third one's going to come down to, and it should come down to Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers.
Exactly.
So why do this whole try to bullshit where you say, "Oh, what he twist? It's not about her. What he twist? Let's fucking make it about her." God damn it! I mean, just
What's
leave
a
it
twist?
alone. What he twist? I mean, why say it's not about her when at the end it is about her, because it's going to come down to those two.
Exactly. I mean, it started with those two, and now it's going to end with
Even
those two.
teaser trailer teasing. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
This is the fight of the century, man.
Exactly.
It's Ali versus Frazier.
And I like this kill,
The
by the
Rumble
way.
in the jungle.
I like how they frame it visually to how Michael kills Judith. It's also kind of framed like Psycho too, with how they're editing it.
Oh yeah, true. Or how he killed his sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some
I
people
didn't think this was fair to do to. I hated that they did this to Lori though. You're killing her daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with it? I mean,
I don't know. I would rather it have been she killed Lori, and her daughter winds up being the one to get revenge.
yeah.
You know,
But I do.
if you're going to make it, if you're going to say it's not about Lori, it's not about her, then have him kill her and have her daughter wind up being the one who gets revenge.
I do like the direction they're going in Halloween Ends though, because it gives that little bit purpose with with them telling her it's not about her. The direction they're going in it kind of gives that purpose, because now she's actually trying to move on with her life. It's been 4 years. They're even saying that she's writing a memoir and stuff. So
Yeah.
I
James
think
Courtney and Nick Castle. Good old Nick Castle, still at it.
Good old Nick Castle. That's right.
Good old Nick Castle.
have y'all seen that funny on-set photo of when they were doing the original? You had the mask up and with the Dr. Pepper thing. Like that's what I did for my profile picture. That's why I was doing it, is because that's kind of like a little famous thing Nick Castle did on set, to the point that he even did it again for 2018.
I mean, Kyle Richards, dear God, Lindsay, she still looks freaking amazing. She looks freaking amazing.
Do you guys think that she will or that she should have a fair amount of screen time, or do you think that it'll be small?
Probably small.
Yeah, probably.
I would even say, because say depending on whether or not Lori lives or dies, we'll see what happens there. But Lindsay has to live, because I hated that the sequel trilogy, the Star Wars sequels, did this, is that they killed off everybody. I mean,
They had to, though. I mean, that was the whole point. You're moving on from the last generation and moving on to the new ones. I mean, that's the way. Honestly, that's the way it should have been. My big problem with the Disney Star Wars trilogy is that it should have been mainly about the original cast at first. Because let's face it, that's what everybody wants to see at first.
Yeah,
everybody wants to see what the fuck they've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I remember I was reading about why the writer had Luke off of The Force Awakens, had Luke off on that island. And he's like, when I started writing, I was like, oh, I want to write about Luke. What's he up to? But that's like, yes, exactly. That's what you should have fucking done. And that's why he put him on the island so he can focus on the new characters. Like, no, you fucking idiot. Tell us, focus on the old characters at first, then gradually introduce the new characters, then gradually have them take over by the third one.
Yep.
I mean, that's because that pisses me off. We will never, ever, ever get to see the legacy Star Wars characters, the big three, on screen again. They did not give us that. I will never forgive them for that. And now it will never happen.
And that's the thing, Mark. The seeds were planted for that all the way in The Force Awakens because they killed Han Solo.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. They killed Han Solo. Exactly. I mean, and then Carrie Fisher died, so then it literally became impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already impossible anyway because, I mean, there was no fucking way Harrison Ford was going to come back. He didn't really want to come back for this because the only reason they agreed to it is because they agreed to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they killed off his character in Force
I
Awakens.
almost think he kind of regrets Star Wars or came to hate it, but I mean,
well, wait a minute. I have a question. If he didn't want to come back, if he only agreed to come back to the Force Awakens for his character to die, why did he make an appearance in Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. I guess he just agreed to that because that's just a cameo. You know, I don't think he hates his character. He just that he thought Han should have died in Return of the Jedi. Yeah. He really thought Han should have died in Return of the Jedi. But I understand, and a lot of people say he should have. I disagree.
There are even some people saying he should have.
Because originally the Millennium Falcon was supposed to blow up. It was supposed to be Lando who died, and they were but Luke George decided against it because it would have put a damper on the ending. Because the thing is, on the third one, you're ending the trilogy. You want that upbeat ending. You do want that, So you want that upbeat ending. You don't need that fucking dark, edgy shit. You've already done that with the second one. Everything doesn't have a dark ending. So, I mean, you do kind of need that triumphal, uplifting ending in the third one. So, I think it was the right direction to go. Even though I will say the only thing is they should have gone with Wookiees instead of Ewoks. I don't mind the Ewoks too much, but I mean, they should have gone with Wookiees. It would have been more poetic because the Wookiees were treated like slaves.
And that was Halloween Kills, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, what y'all think? Has anything improved? Has anything got worse? Or does it feel like you still feel the same?
Honestly, maybe a little worse, honestly. I mean, if I don't know, it's about the same. I just thought it was I think they had some good ideas, just kind of poorly executed,
I mean, it's like watching it again after, because I've watched it twice in last last October.
Yeah.
My opinion pretty much has been the same. I mean, it's
So
just
it's
all
like
it's okay.
so
I
it's
don't.
like so it's like you have issues, but you could
I,
still
I
put it
have
on.
I have issues, but I can at least appreciate some of the things that it was trying to go for. So,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, it's definitely not the worst.
No,
It's
no,
definitely not even
I
close.
put it
Yeah,
like
this
2
is
stars.
Like
this is
honestly, if
still
I were
top
like,
3 for me.
okay, because here's the thing: is that when Halloween Ends comes out, because I have a ranking list on my Letterboxd account of
Mhm.
all the Halloween movies. I'm gonna wait until I see Halloween Ends to see where I could put that.
I'm not even
I'm
gonna
gonna
rank them this year. I'm
what?
gonna wait until because with this Halloween, I'm not gonna re-rank them. I'm gonna wait until the next year, so that way Halloween Ends will have really marinated with me to see
Okay.
how it really sticks with me.
Yeah, because I know right now I'm going to spoil this right now, but I think I put Halloween Kills like somewhere in the middle. So I don't think it's like on the high pedestal, but I can I don't I
I mean,
it's
yeah.
not the it's not in the it's definitely not the bottom 5.
No, I mean, I think it's like I said. I think it's
I will
it could
gladly
have
take
been
I will
really
gladly take
good. It could have been brilliant. I mean, because of what they were going for.
yeah.
So
So I think it's all right.
What is?
How about you, Austin? Do you feel like is it anything gotten better?
Why do you
Or
give me
anything
that? What do you want to
worse?
do? It's too late to call him back.
I mean, I would say it stayed the same. Like, I think I'm gonna agree with
You want
what
to call him?
Rob
Yeah,
said.
it's
You want
good.
to call him?
It's fine. Like, it's nothing that I would say is. It's not like
Okay, good.
I'll use this
Oh,
example.
that's good.
Right?
That's
I
good.
explain it. Like, if
Look at it.
if I was in the mood to watch a
Wait a second.
Halloween
What
movie,
is? Hold
I
on.
wouldn't go to this first. Like, I'd probably go. I would say I'd watch the original Halloween, Halloween 2. Halloween 3. I would say it depends. I would say Halloween 4. I'd probably watch Halloween 4. I definitely watched Kills over 5 and 6. H2O, I'd probably watch that before this one. I'd definitely watch this over Resurrection. I definitely would watch this over the 2 Rob Zombie films, although the first one's not bad, the second one's not so much. And I'd probably rather watch 2018 over this. Like, it's fine. Like,
2018 is incredible.
it's one of those movies where if it was on TV and it's like, oh, I'm bored, oh, it's on, okay,
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
it's like it's watchable even with its issues.
It's
Yeah.
It's serviceable. It's serviceable. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not it's not a display of total incompetence like say something like 5 or Resurrection.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell there was care put into it.
Oh,
It wasn't like you have people there that don't care what they're doing, because that's why a lot of these movies in this franchise fail, because of the fact that you got people that don't care. Like, trust me, Blumhouse, can be hit or miss sometimes, but I feel like with Halloween Kills, it's decent. I would say it's solid. They do, like everyone said, they do some things right. There are things here and there that could be improved, but I would say in terms of like the kills, I'd say it's fun. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
There are interesting concepts. It's solid. I would say my opinion on this movie will probably change when Halloween Ends comes out, because that's kind of like with me with Halloween 4. It's like I like Halloween 4 as its own thing, but when you add 5 and 6 onto it,
it's like just knowing that 5 and 6 still happened.
Yeah.
It's like
it's not as big of a, because this wasn't as big of a letdown after 2018. Hey, what's up, Nindroid?
Hey, Nindroid.
What up?
This wasn't as
You
big.
missed the party, man.
Well, this wasn't as big a letdown after 2018 as Resurrection was after H2O or 5 and 6 were, or even just 5 after 4.
Yeah, because for one, Resurrection didn't need to happen, and you could even
5
say
didn't need to happen. Shit, 5 didn't need to happen.
I will say though, it's not just the fact that we know they were actually planning to do Halloween Kills anyway, but I'm just saying that on its own merits, I would say Kills actually did need to happen.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree entirely, really.
Because think of it this way,
Well,
right?
maybe.
Because 2018, we saw Lori. We saw what happened to
Yeah.
her and all that. We saw her story. And
Okay.
it's not that you couldn't have ended it there. It would have been a satisfying ending. But
Mhm.
think of it this way, it would still leave you thinking, right? Well, what about
Yeah.
what happened to Tommy and Brackett? What happened to them?
Well, okay. No, no, I don't think I wouldn't justify it on that necessarily, even because that would just be making a movie just for fan service. Honestly, that would be making a movie just for fan service, just for have them in. I think you can justify it in the sense that if you're going to make more than one movie, if you're not going to end it after 2018, you don't want to end it after just two, because then the second one just going to be a repeat of the first. Oh, look, we killed Michael Myers and he's really dead this time. But I mean, you want to have another one where, okay, Laurie won in the first one, Michael wins in the second one, then you have the big showdown in the third.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean, I just think it's a good idea. They had some really good ideas, but it could have been executed better.
yeah.
So,
And I guess like the last thing we'll kind of talk about before we wrap it up for today is after watching Kills again and just knowing in general how you feel about it, how it's marinated, does it affect any expectations you have for Halloween Ends, or like what kind of expectations does it give you for how they're gonna end it, hopefully?
I just want it to end.
yeah.
Really. I mean, I don't want Halloween Ends to be one of those things where, oh, we said it's going to end, but guess what? We're going to make 4 more movies out of it. And it's like, no.
Yeah, and I mean I've said this before, and the one thing that always scares me, like I've noticed a pattern on all these Halloween movies, is the fact that they start out strong, like with these reboots, they start out strong, and then it goes to shit by the end.
Exactly.
They've done that, like they've done that with H2O and Resurrection.
Mhm.
They did that with like
4,
4, 5, and 6, and I guess to an extent the Rob Zombie movies. I guess to an extent.
Well, I don't know.
But I mean, even though I'm not a fan of either of them.
Yeah, even then there was definitely a step down in quality.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying there. There's definitely a step down in quality. Well, even honestly, even with the original 2, there's definitely a step, and I still like 2, but there's definitely a big step down from quality.
Yeah.
From 2 to 1.
Yeah, and I'll even say this.
There's a big step down in quality.
This is probably going to shock you guys. I wasn't even going to say this. I was going to say this for when I re-rank them. But then again, it all depends on if I even like Halloween Ends. But there's a chance that, again, depending on how I end up feeling about this next one, there's a good chance that Halloween Kills can end up becoming my new favorite of the franchise. But it's all about how Ends rounds out this whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been saying that 2018 could become your favorite franchise?
Kills.
Oh, Kills. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because 2018's been. I've had that ranked as my personal favorite, probably since it came out. But yeah, basically that's all I want to is that I want a satisfying ending, but But I still want there to be a bit more, like show a bit of an epilogue. Like don't just literally end it with they kill Michael and now roll credits. Show a bit more.
I see what you're saying. You need to have some kind of epilogue there, some kind of brief scenes showing that they're moving on with their lives. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I mean, at least Lori, because that's the one she's the main character. She and her granddaughter, Allison. But I mean, I'm with Austin. I just want it to end. I just want it to end. If they even hint that they're going to go on, that it could go on, even if they're not going to do anything with it, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Because don't try to do what 4 did, and what did this? And I love what 4 did. Don't get me wrong. I love the ending of 4. It's fucking classic. That's why it's one of the best things about 4. It's so fucking memorable. But I mean, don't try to do something clever like that and try to indicate, this could go on. No, don't do that shit. Just fucking kill him. It's over. He's dead.
Yeah.
He said
goodbye. Real quick.
Exactly. I mean, and I know that, and if they were to make another Halloween movie for some reason, why not just do what they tried to do with Halloween 3? the anthology series.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
think
Because here's the thing is that there's really nowhere else for this Michael Myers story to go.
there's not.
There's really
Yeah,
nowhere.
They're
here's
going
the
to reboot
thing.
it again, though.
And
They
here's the
will,
thing.
as long as the Akkad
And
family
here's
is
the
around.
thing, like people
yeah.
are saying that why not just do the 2018 thing again, except you just go off of 4. I'm like, that would just be
No.
creating. Because here's the thing: as much as I would want to see Danielle Harris again,
Yeah.
we'd all probably agree that would just be creating way too many different branched timelines, and it's just
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
confuse everybody.
Exactly.
But I will say this though. Halloween ends. No, after Halloween ends, no more. Don't even touch. Don't
Yeah.
touch it. It's
They're
done.
going to reboot it. They're going to reboot it. They'll do
And that's-
something. And
that's actually what I'm fine with, because if they reboot it, it's a different story. Fine, sure. If you're gonna reboot it, do whatever you want.
I don't
But
even honestly.
one
I think
thing
if they're
I
going
do not want is just leave this timeline alone, because you would just be screwing Jamie Lee Curtis over again.
yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
getting way too complicated with so many timelines. There's like 4 different timelines now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not just because of
I'm-
timelines, but it's just they've screwed this over too many times. Where they
Yeah.
could have ended
Well, I
it.
mean, because of that, but I mean, still, just saying, there's so many different timelines
Yeah.
here that
Exactly,
you just leave it alone and be done with it. So,
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
will say though, I do have a lot of confidence that this actually is going to be ending this story, because
mhm.
they have said that this is going to be the last one for Universal and Blumhouse. After that, the rights are reverting back to Malik Akkad, and they're going to go to a different company after.
Yeah, they are. They'll go to a different company. So, I
So
mean, yeah,
I think,
this one will definitely be over. But I
Yeah.
mean, I just
and
hope it ends
that
well.
is all I want, because
Yeah.
so long as they stick to their guns and they really actually let this end, and then again, I'd be fine with like any reboot, do whatever you want, so long as they do not touch the OG timeline again. Just don't. That's what I'm fine with, So
I mean, that's Blumhouse, though. Blumhouse is kind of hit or miss.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
their horror movies tend to be rather basic. That's not necessarily a bad thing,
Yeah.
I mean,
I did
because I'm
watch
not a
their,
horror movie snob, so I mean, but either
Freaky,
way, but I mean,
that movie that came out, Freaky. I did watch that. That was actually pretty good.
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it, so
I haven't seen it. I
It's
haven't even
pretty
seen
good.
Smile or X or Pearl or any of them. Jesus
Smile.
Christ.
I'll say this: Smile was unintentionally hilarious.
Hey,
So
I felt the same
It
way
was
about
more funny
Moonfall.
than scary.
Was it
I felt the same
bad?
way about
or
Moonfall. It
was it?
Dude,
was
So
the
was
best
it?
unintentional comedy of the year, Moonfall.
So was it? Was it bad?
I mean,
Oh yeah, bad.
well, for Smile,
Yeah,
Smile
I mean, it wasn't
or
good.
Smile. I don't know. I haven't
It
seen
wasn't good. I mean, it's littered with jump scares. So it would rather just use jump scares instead of like tone and atmosphere to scare you, and it's just like the third act just becomes like it just seems like a lot of it was just, it wasn't really scary at all. It was just more funny. So I even wrote my review on Letterboxd saying that if you want like a good laugh, you go check it out. But if you want a real horror experience, you're not getting it.
Yeah, wait for Halloween ends.
Yeah.
But is there anything else? I feel like we've covered everything. Like, we all know what our expectations for ends are. So
Yeah.
do y'all know what days you guys are gonna be going to see it?
I guess it depends if we hear back from our friend, because me and my brother, we're gonna see it with we're hoping to see it with our friend who we actually saw 2018 with.
Mhm.
If we hear back from him, we'll watch it with him. If we haven't, or if we don't hear back, then we'll pick a day to next weekend to watch it.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna be seeing it with my sister. Hopefully, it all depends on how things go down. But we're planning to see it in IMAX on the 16th.
awesome, man.
Awesome.
Yep. Do you know when you're seeing it, Austin?
Nice. So it depends on what my mom wants to do. because
Yeah.
we both went to see 2018 and Kills.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hear back from her, we'll probably find like a day maybe during the weekend.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to, or like if I'm not able to get to a theater in time before the review, I'll probably just see it on Peacock first.
Yeah, because I do have like my review on my channel planned for the 17th. Because me and my sister will probably be seeing it late on the 16th, so I'll just wait till the next day to do the review. So, and then I'll be doing the Cool Kid stream with all you guys on the 19th. So that's the next time you will see all of us.
Awesome.
Yep. So yeah, I'll be sure to keep you all on the loop about what's going to be going down.
All right.
Nice.
So yep. And I
Nice.
guess that was it. That was our live watch along of Halloween Kills. For the most part, all of us felt like it stayed the same for more or less. Yep. I still love the fuck out of it. As of right now, it's still like my third favorite. So yep, it's a great movie. But so we will until next time, we will see y'all in about over a week for our review of the hopeful finale, Halloween Ends. So, all right. So Austin, where can they find you, my man?
Well, you can find me on my channel. I think I'm at 249 right now. I think I'm close to 250. If you want to sub, go ahead and do so. I do a bunch of stuff over there. I think the most recent thing I did on my channel was a stream where I talked about the double standards and comic book like media and how like fans kind of receive to it and why people really need to take a chill pill and get off Twitter sometimes.
Dude, I'm thinking of deleting my Twitter.
It's not fun. Also, I mean, I guess I'm kind of a part of the cool kids now. I don't know if I'm a cool kid. I mean, I would think that.
Oh yeah.
I would say I'm like one of those guys that's like I sit at like the table next to the cool kids. Like while they're playing their 3DS at the cool kids table, I'm just like sitting there with my Game Boy. You know. No,
And nothing wrong with the Game Boy, man.
Hey, I agree. There's some fire games for it, but
dude,
yeah,
I used to play Crash Bandicoot on my Game Boy all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, just check me out everywhere. I'm basically on everybody's channels at this point. I was on Chris Knight's channel yesterday for the Rumble, won it second time. And you know, Ninjoid's channel tomorrow for I think he's doing Galactic Chat tomorrow. Last time I checked, and I'll probably do a wrestling review on Sunday. So I got at least a couple things going on here and there. So check me out when you can, and I will be here for the Cool Kids review of Halloween Ends, I believe. So, Zach, thanks for having me on. This was fun. Mark, Rob, good to see you guys again.
All righty. All right, Rob, where can they find you?
They can find me at my YouTube channel, Right Dude. I'm starting to do movie reviews now. I know I did a review of the first X-Men movie as more of like a just get my feet wet and all. But I want to do more. I'm doing more reviews for like movies that came out this year. In fact, I've been working like these past few days. I've been working really hard on getting one particular review up, which I should be able to release tomorrow. So, assuming YouTube doesn't take it down for copyright reasons or whatever.
YouTube, back off.
Yes, thank you.
Seriously.
But but you can check out my reviews. My YouTube channel, Right Dude.
Yep. All right, Mark.
It's all the name right there. So
Awesome.
I've only got really one video, just a review of the Woman King. I'm working on one on. Well, it's been a while since I've worked on it because I'm very busy with work. So, but I'm going to try to finish it this weekend. Review of Pinocchio.
Yeah, that's. I'm almost done with my review for. That's the one that I was going to post tomorrow because I've only got like maybe 30 minutes, and
I got
then
my audio and
Yeah,
everything.
Pinocchio
So
was a mess.
it was shit.
I think my review will probably be like because I go into great detail about
Yeah.
I go into detail about why that movie's so bad.
Yeah. Alrighty. And of course y'all can find me here on my channel. The plan is that my review on my channel will be hopefully on the 17th. I will hopefully be joined by Austin if he's able to make it. And then on the 19th, I will be doing my first hosted episode of The Cool Kids for another Halloween interview. So you get 2 reviews on my channel. Christmas early, folks. So thank you all for watching, and leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and check out all these awesome people. They give great content. They are great friends of mine, and so I would not have the confidence to be able to do all this on my channel myself if I wasn't able to branch out like this. So until next time, stay safe, have a fun Halloween, and we will see you in 10 days. Later, guys.
Later.
Later.